Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Love Hour Lovecast. I'm your host, Miss Kev on Stage, and I am joined, as always, by my husband and co-host,
the Kev on Stage.
We don't have mics today.
Imagine my mic was here.
Imagine the mic was here.
The Kev on Stage.
Wow.
Was it that loud, Josh?
Wow.
I'm sorry. I didn't realize it was going to be that loud.
So we're kind of in this impromptu studio setup because we are on vacation.
But we did not miss an episode.
We did not miss an episode. We have been going strong since the middle of December.
Yes. We've been doing great.
That's
long and strong.
Yeah, that's all right. Shout out to Blue Chew. So we're on vacation, so we're filming this episode. You see the beautiful Pacific Ocean behind us. I just watched an episode of Righteous and Ratchet in Joshua. Doughboy called it the Atlantic. It's not.
He had a 50-50 chance of being right.
Yeah.
I mean, there's only two oceans connected to the United States.
Yeah, but you definitely should have gone with Pacific.
I know, Pacific
We're
Northwest.
still on the west. Exactly.
You didn't think about that?
At the very least, you should have gone with Pacific. So anyway, we are going to, if you're new here, thank you so much for joining us. My name is Kevin. My name is Kevin. My name is not Kevin. His name is Kevin. My name is Melissa. We consider ourselves to be marriage champions. We are not counselors, therapists, or anything like that. We are simply here to share and draw on our personal experiences, our own insights, and those type of things through the tenure of our marriage. We have been married for
countless years.
15.
But if we were to count them, it'd be 15 this June.
15 years in June. So yeah, we just want to throw that disclaimer out, but we always like to start with something fun because sometimes we can get a little heavy, a little deep over here in the Love Hour, and that is with that or this lower, what is it?
That or this with Kevin on List. Don't act like you don't know what it is just because you didn't win. You put the poll out. You lost fair and square. Embrace it.
I know. That or this with Kevin List, and Kevin will come up with the question.
Okay, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Would you rather have your food always a little too salty or always a little unseasoned?
Okay, so this is a good question. And a little too salty or a little unsweetened?
Or
unseasoned, not sweetened.
Unseasoned.
Okay, so
always feel man, that was just 2 clicks too much salt. Or always God, 2 clicks of salt would have made this perfect.
Okay, so
just 2 clicks.
Okay, so are there health?
No health benefit. No sodium thing. Is that
no sodium? Yeah, because I can force myself to like food that's unseasoned, because I try to be aware that I'm knocking on the door at 40, so I need to be.
You're knocking on the door at 36,
which is pretty close to 40. So I need to be mindful of my body.
You're closer to 50 than you are to 20.
How are you gonna knock me talking about 40 and then go to 50? Then your arguments don't make sense. So I always try to be mindful of what I am putting in my body as far as sodium content and that.
Yeah.
So
there's no health benefits, just purely taste.
There's no health benefits.
Or there's no health
consequences.
Consequences, no health consequences.
Okay, then I would probably go with, can I add salt?
No.
Also, even if it's unseasoned, I can't just add the 2 clicks manual.
No, that would defeat the purpose if you could just add 2 clicks.
Okay, then
it's always prepared for you.
Is it salty? This is so many questions right now. Is it salty to the point, when food is too salty, it also gets spicy?
No, it's not spicy.
No, I know it's not salty, spicy, but when you over salt food, yeah, and it gets you that.
No, it's not that. It's just 3 bites in, you'd be like, man, it's a lot of salt. It's edible.
Okay, then I'm going to go with C. It's too salty then.
Too salty?
I think so. I think if it's just at a point of I can still eat this, then it's okay. Because you've had food that's too salty, but you're still able to do it. But not, if it's too salty, then it's not edible. But you're saying it's edible salty.
Yeah, it's just it's a tweet.
That's nothing.
I would take unseasoned, and I'm tell you why.
Okay.
When something's too salty, it's a lie. If everything I ate was too salty.
Oh, is it everything I ate?
Yeah, everything is a little too salty or a little unseasoned.
Then I am going unseasoned. I was thinking of one specific meal for some reason.
No, that'd be easy. Everything you eat is man, it's a little.
Oh yeah, I can't do every meal I eat.
Yeah, because here's how I thought about it.
Okay.
There's a lot of food I eat that's not salty at all that I can enjoy without salt.
Yeah.
Like Chipotle, I eat without salt. Salad, a lot of soups, I never have to add, and they're not necessarily seasoned well.
Sure.
Like clam chowder, I don't add salt to. So there's a lot of stuff, especially when you're eating like heavy vegetables.
So you're adding salt to things that aren't even require salt?
No. I'm saying, wait, you talking about in my life or in this hypothetical?
No, in this hypothetical.
No, it's already added.
I know, but I'm saying on food that would naturally have salt,
yes,
it's also going to be too salty. Oh, well, child, this is too deep. I'm going with unseasoned.
Well, I guess like cereal isn't something.
Yeah.
I don't know. We're going really deep far.
I know. Unseasoned.
Oatmeal.
Unseasoned. Done.
Okay.
Okay. What's your answer?
I do unseasoned.
Okay.
Because I had, when we were in Maui the other day, while we were in Maui, they had Himalayan pink salt.
Oh, yeah.
And that is wild salty.
Like
so I put
salt.
way too much.
Yeah.
And I was just like...
You should have known, though, because the Wichita were big.
I know. I should have known from big crystals.
Yeah.
But sea salt has big crystals in kosher salt, and it don't be as...
oh, yes, it does.
You think so?
Yes. That stuff gets really salty.
So anyway, I didn't know. Luckily, I had way more rice, and I grabbed the rice from other parts of the plate, and I was like, everybody got to get in on this. But it was just a little too salty. That's where I got the idea from.
Oh, okay.
That was when we were in Maui, because we were in Maui.
We're no longer in Maui, people.
We're in Honolulu.
We're in on the island of Oahu. And Honolulu. Okay, so while we are here, we won't keep you long. We are going to talk about how to argue effectively. I think we just did a bonus episode on this, and some people were asking us to redo it. Actually, I got another request just the other day to redo the money episode.
Is that the one we said this episode's trash?
No, actually, I got it from someone else, but then she said that as well.
We said that in the episode.
Yeah. So I apologize. We don't remember the bonus episodes necessarily.
Really don't.
They're so old.
Your brain really does not keep.
I don't remember what we said, what we talked about. I know that I was tired. It was a different time for me during filming those anyway, like mentally. So listen.
Explain.
I'm sorry. During that time?
Yeah, were you not that into it?
I felt like you were forcing me to do it.
Absolutely.
Well, that's what's going to come across is a forced smile. Like I'm smiling, but also you can tell like it's not genuine.
And now how do you feel?
I feel better. I'm not forced. Is that all you have? Are you trying to psychoanalyze me?
No, I just didn't think about that.
I think a lot of people are like...
Some people would call me a visionary, knowing the Love Hour would be successful.
You're so annoying. Okay, so we're going to talk about how to argue effectively. Are you ready?
Yes. Before you start, I saw a really interesting thing about arguing effectively on Twitter.
What did you see?
This person said, when you are arguing with somebody, ask them, are they going to allow you a chance to hear my perspective? Are you going to ask the question, are you going to allow me a chance to hear my perspective? Or do you just want to say things? And I thought that was really valuable.
That is
because sometimes people don't want to hear your perspective.
They just want to vent.
Want to go. I don't even know about venting. When you're arguing, I just want to go off on you.
Sure.
Like I know sometimes we've been
arguing,
and you've been saying something, and I'd be like, okay, like you be right.
You're just waiting for our.
Oh, like God. And I'd be like, there's nothing else for me to say except you're right. But you be like going.
Because at that point, you just want to get all your points out.
Right.
So it really is just an opportunity for you to shut up and hear me.
Yeah, and then it comes across as if I don't care. But there's really like when you are dead wrong in an argument and you admit it, there's really not much.
Yeah, but you can't admit you're wrong too early. Don't admit you're wrong too early because I want an opportunity to go through all the reasons why you're wrong. And if you say you're right at point 1 and I haven't got to I have 6 points.
So what should I say if you're right? If you're hitting me and I'm like, man, you're right. You're right.
No, okay. You should say that just at the end of all my 6 points.
Not after each point?
No, not at the end. No, I need your interjection because otherwise it's going to make me upset too because I feel like you're not listening.
You can't win. This was happening to me the other day, Josh.
Well,
her and Candace were tag teaming me on a argument, and I was like, "Yeah, you're right. That's my bad."
You're right. Shut up. Stop talking.
Exactly.
So then, when I was quiet, like you don't have nothing to say. You're right. Here you go saying that again. I don't. What can I say?
Because
you are right.
It is a fine balance between.
And there's nothing you can say about something you've already done. You can't go back and undo it.
Right.
So when you listen to all the stuff I've already said, yeah, I see the point. Won't happen again. And this is another thing.
Yes, because that means I haven't gone through all my points.
You think that's it?
Yes,
and here's
exactly.
another reason you messed up.
Exactly.
Got it. Oh, by the way, you don't feel this. Okay. I don't know what you want me to
Let me go through my PowerPoint presentation.
Especially when it would be text, I'd be like, fam. And then if I just be quiet, you'd be like, oh, you think differently? I have no words that will stop this onslaught.
No, you know. So
but anyway, keep that question. And that actually can be good for outside of marital conflict, that question.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
In work. I thought, when I read that, I was like, man, that could have been valuable for a lot of arguments.
That's a lot.
People just don't really want to hear your opinion.
But it could throw somebody off, too, because they may not be ready, like, hold on, I don't know.
It's going to be so hard for you to admit, I just want to go off on you.
Go off, yeah. Because sometimes you do. Sometimes you really do just want to go. You just need an opportunity to, like, get it all out and, like, word vomit.
Yes.
Okay, are you ready?
I'm ready, baby.
All right, so how to argue effectively. So before we get there, I wanted to talk about the reasons why arguments often escalate. Okay. Point 1. Arguments often escalate because of built-up emotions that lead to explosions.
Oh, boy. I know this well.
Yes, I am definitely guilty
of...
gosh. Which is another aspect of my Just Say It campaign, allowing me the opportunity to...
I wish you would just say it.
Say things.
Because when you don't just say it early, when you say it finally, and back in 06, you left the fridge open for 3 minutes. 06? You thought I forgot.
Because you have like a running inventory of all the things. And what happens, I mean, we talked about this last year in the Love Hour, but you start to create your own narratives. I saw this. Actually, I don't actually know if I saw this or if I made it up.
You consume so much information, you don't know what you heard or what you thought.
I don't know if I read it.
I saw this on a podcast called My Mind.
Or if I thought it myself. I really don't remember. But what I said was, or what I wrote down is, it's important to communicate, otherwise you'll create problems that never existed.
Yes.
And so that's also part of the built up emotion. So it's part of, number one, just saying it on a consistent basis, but also just relaying so things that actually bother you and things that you think are bothering you.
Perfect
Imagine
example.
Things.
This happened in our hotel room the other day.
What happened?
We were rushing to get ready to leave.
Okay.
Getting the boys' clothes out of their suitcase. I thought I had zipped the suitcase all the way, but I had been in and out of it so many times, I hadn't unzipped it, right? All the clothes fell out. Melissa had all these outfits with the boys. Socks, shorts, socks, underwear. This is wrap. Socks, underwear, shorts, top. Like,
and then you
perfectly
roll it up.
rolled. So they had little burrito wrap outfits for them. All they have to do is pick it up.
Pre-organized, so that way they don't have to ask me what shirt goes with
pre-rolls.
this. What this goes with this. Where are my socks? Everything is like.
So the kids be like, I don't know where my stuff is.
Yes, exactly.
So anyway, I'm going ham trying to get us ready to catch this car because we're flying that day. I go to move the suitcase. All the clothes fall out of the suitcase. And I'm talking about all the pre-rolls out. There was guts everywhere. Okay, I'm picking this up, and Melissa goes, y'all don't care about none of my work. And I say, this was an accident.
That's not how it went down. You said no. What happened? No.
Joshua, this is now a ASMR video. This is exactly what happened, and she never lets me tell the truth.
I'm about to remind you how it went.
Watch her lie. She's a lie.
No. What happens is Kevin always lies on these stories to make himself look better.
Of course I do.
So what happened was I was actually in the other room, and I came to the front room, and you said, Melissa, I didn't realize this bag was open. All the clothes flew out. I didn't just come in and say, y'all don't appreciate none of my work. Yeah, thank you. Then,
how does that change anything?
Because you made it seem like I just walked in and said that I didn't. You said that, and in tongue in cheek, I said, y'all don't appreciate none of the work I do. Then you said, and I did say it in tongue in cheek, then you said, I don't know if you mean the circumstance or if you mean like in general. And I said, I don't mean, I'm being funny about this circumstance, but I do mean this in general.
Yeah.
That's not how you were about to present that story. Fight me.
I don't want domestic violence, my wife. But the point was, sometimes in jest, we say some things we really felt.
Yes.
And we don't want to admit to that, but we be sneaking some little barbs in.
But I admitted to it.
You did. And I was really proud for you about being emotionally honest.
Don't be trying to steal my
Emotionally
stuff.
honest is great. I ask JoJo that all the time.
Yes, you try to bully Joshua into
I
being
did, and
emotionally
he said he was
honest.
being emotionally honest.
But you be trying to bully people into what you believe is their emotional honesty.
That's true.
Which is another
But when he
whole
said
other
that-
word.
What?
When you try to force people, you try to make people's honesty be what you believe it should
That's
be.
absolutely true.
Instead of
I
not
do that for
believing
Josh.
what you do that to me. Instead of believe, and I used to say, take me at my word. Take me at my word. If I say this, this is what I mean. But you be like, ain't what you mean.
Mm-hmm. That's true about me.
That's all you got to say? Say
Yes.
more about how it's true.
I'm not saying nothing else.
You're not saying nothing else. I do want you to talk more about your weight loss journey that you're on with Doughboy. How is it going? Are you being emotionally honest there?
Well, I've been doing great. My thing that I do that most people don't do, I don't make drastic changes. I do the things that are sustainable. I ain't gonna hold you though. My back's been hurting for the last 3 days, and also my feet have been broken. Like when I go to stand up to work out, my feet say, "But you're in Hawaii, lay down." So maybe it's a mind issue. But for the most part, I've been eating right consistently and working out consistently, and I'm seeing the result. I think I'm down 8 pounds.
Oh, that's great.
And I probably won't lose any weight this week.
Well,
This
as
is
long as you don't
expected.
get- This is expected.
This is expected because I'm in Hawaii. I'm eating French toast for breakfast.
So
But-
we want to talk about Noom.
Yes,
Who
Noom is super dope.
Noom is super dope. They are one of our sponsors for the week, and we want to say thank you, of course, to all of our sponsors who made this episode possible. Noom being one of them, and what they do, which actually is really great, and part of the reasons I wanted to partner with them is that they look at your health and weight loss as a holistic approach.
Yeah.
So it's not just about losing the weight, but it's also about your mentality.
Yes,
so
which
they
is
work
the
on you.
most important
It's
part.
so important to work on yourself from the inside and the outside.
Yes.
Even more so the inside
Yes.
than the outside. So what they recognize is that sticking to a weight loss plan can be hard, especially when you don't know how to handle your thoughts and the obstacles and those things, your inner thoughts that can be counterproductive to what you're trying to do
Right.
on the outside. So they help you like navigate that, which is fantastic. So what you do is you go to Noom and you fill out a like survey. It doesn't take long, maybe 30, 45 seconds. And then they hook you up with a goal specialist, and this is the person that's going to help you change your behaviors, which I think is great. I want to show you really quickly. This is their app. This is my group coach. You guys probably can't see it, but what it allows you to do is like talk to them directly. Can you see?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought it was very cool. They this is another thing that's really neat. They allow you to track your progress on your weight on here. And because I like check boxes, that's like super cool to me. So you can track like, this is where I started, this is the weight that I've lost, help you along the way. You get it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So anyway, they have recipes in here. I actually recorded what I ate today. I'm not going to show you guys because you probably can't
6
see.
bites of bacon,
I ate most of my plate.
3 sips of water,
But you can record.
oatmeal.
You can record what
and
you
that's
ate.
1 grain, not.
So you can
bowl.
see your calorie intake and all of that. Again, really, really cool. You talk to your goal specialist every single day. Well, Monday through Thursday during business hours, they're available to you. So yeah, if you're interested in weight loss, it's still the beginning of the year-ish. You're still working on your weight loss goals. You're still working on your summer body goals. Go to Noom. They can help you out. So Noom is designed for results. It's out with the old habits, in with the new. Sign up for your trial at Noom.com/lovehour. That's Noom, NOOM.com/lovehour. What do you have to lose? Visit Noom.com/lovehour to start your trial today. Again, that's Noom.com/lovehour. Start losing weight for good. And that's Noom like noon, but with an M. So NOOM.com/lovehour. All right.
Okay.
What other things? Did you finish that? Built up emotions?
Built up emotions?
Yeah, that's what we were talking about. Built up emotions can lead to explosions.
Oh,
Making
you need
sure
to finish
just-
that. You be built up emotionally.
Hello?
I don't be
I'm
built
actually,
up no
but
emotions.
that's like literally what I am working on. Is I'm taking this hat off. I'm still on vacation, yeah, but that hat's making me hot.
You're already hot in my
Hello?
eyes.
The part of my Just Say It campaign helps with that as well.
Yes.
Because I am starting to be more honest about what I'm feeling and not only honest, but also making sure I'm communicating that with you, because what you don't want, again, is to have that build up over time and then you have an explosion. And by the time you have an explosion, you end up saying things that you don't mean. And the trouble with that is you can't take that stuff back.
Yes.
So once it's said and it's out there, it's said and it's out there.
And those words just ring in your ears. Like when Beth said, in between which anxiety attack.
Man.
And Randall was like, okay, bye.
Yeah, me and Kevin both were like.
But that what happens, like, you start off, Kevin kicked it.
I know it is.
You start off trying to get your point across, but then sometimes when you argue, you want to hurt that other person.
Yes.
Like, you want to hurt their feelings. You want them, because you feel like you've been hurt.
Right.
And the reason that I want you to say stuff, because I know you, your thought process was you did not want to be nagging.
Yes.
Right? But when you don't say anything, the other person ends up making a mistake, or what you deem as a mistake, over and over.
Sure.
Because they're unaware this bothers you. So now you start to, like you were talking about the narrative, you start to feel like they're doing this on purpose, because in your mind, this has bothered you. I was thinking about that with Game of Thrones. This is not going to make sense, but it will.
I don't watch Game of Thrones. Yes, I'm part of the 1% that doesn't watch Game of Thrones.
But you don't be saying it.
Yeah, I want to be part of the ones that make a post and be like, ooh, what's this Game of Thrones nobody cares about?
Okay. So the first episode started, and all these characters are seeing each other for the first time in years. Mm-hmm. But we've been seeing them for a long time. And the writer was like, this is going to be kind of frustrating to you guys who have seen them. But you have to remember, these characters haven't seen each other. So in our arguments, in your mind, that other person is playing a role. They are almost purposely doing that. Because oh my God, here they go doing that again. But in actuality, a lot of times you haven't even told them that bothers you.
Most of the time. And
now you are holding them accountable for something they're not even aware of.
Yeah.
So when you blow up like you did to Kevin, and he's such a nice guy, you're mad at them or me or the person for each individual occurrence. And that some of those things could have been curbed. You know, I remember one thing you were making me. I think we talked about this before. I was asking you, like, the way you were responding to me was coming off as disrespectful. Mm-hmm. And you were like, oh, I really just can't hear.
Yeah.
Like, I really couldn't hear you. So the way my face is more like I'm frustrated that I can't hear you than what you were saying. But I hadn't said it. I had let you do it like 3 or 4 times. And every time I was like, man, she don't respect me. She don't this, she don't that. So when I finally said it, you were like, oh. Then you stopped immediately.
And that goes back to creating problems that don't exist.
Yes.
Because then you are interpreting that action, and it will also color every interaction that we have thereafter.
Right.
Because if you believe that fundamental, she doesn't respect me, anything will be looked through the lens of she doesn't respect me. And again, that happens a lot. So if I don't say something and I believe, he thinks I'm dumb or whatever, every interaction will be through that lens.
Yeah, and then what happens is the more upset you are, the less the actual perceived action makes sense, but it all gets classified in that thing.
Oh, for sure.
We talked about this when I remember I said I was trying to help you with something at a soccer game, and you were like, I want you to know I'm good at my job.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? What is that? Okay, I never said you were bad at your job. But that was coming from the underlying feeling of I was like micromanaging you, or I don't remember what you were really upset about. There's so many different reasons.
Hats back on. Okay, done with that one. Next one. Another reason why I believe arguments escalate is because we have trouble effectively and accurately communicating our feelings. This is a meme that I saw, and it said, instead of expressing your anger, explain it. That's hard to do, though, because you don't always have the words to say, this is why I'm upset. These are the things that made me upset. Right. You don't always know, like, to pinpoint that. And so it just comes across as, whatever. Right. I was going to say, like, dishes being thrown or whatever it is. Right. Like, you express that anger because it's there, but you don't always have the language to say it. And that's how, again, arguments can quickly escalate because you're not using your words, you're using other things.
That's a good point. I think one thing I've been working on lately is trying to explain my feelings as I am feeling them. Mm-hmm. And that forces you to a part of yourself, at least for me, that I'm not always prepared to process my feelings in real time and explain them. To be honest, sometimes we just want to be mad for a minute.
Yeah.
And
I think that's okay too.
Yeah. What's a healthy way to do that?
To take it out on me.
Oh,
but if you, I believe that, we said this before, emotions and feelings are real.
Yeah.
You just don't want to be controlled by them.
Yeah.
So it's okay to be angry. Like, that's an emotion. You can sit and feel that emotion.
Mm-hmm.
But that doesn't mean you need to express it. It doesn't mean you need to take it out on me.
Mm-hmm.
You're tired.
No. I am tired.
You are.
I'm on vacation.
We're almost done. Go. Did you have anything else you want to say?
Repeat that point one more time.
Not being able to effectively or accurately communicate.
I think as a man, that's a little more difficult because your whole life, you're kind of not allowed to express your honest feelings.
Okay.
Even going back to stop crying, stop acting like a baby, stop being shy, what you scared of. Like, you really aren't. You're
taught actually to repress those feelings.
Yeah. So like with Zay, he's going through this age where his friends are becoming more important, and his interaction with his family is less important. So we're in Hawaii, and as a parent, I was trying to mind the way I handled this.
You did good.
We were in Maui, very expensive vacation, and he was, in his words, bummed out because his friends were back at home in Santa Monica having a beach day. And I was like, in my mind, I'm like, y'all little funky kids want to be in Santa Monica Beach. You've been there a million times, and you want to be sad about that? Yes. Y'all send your butt home right now, sit with the babysitter, and go with your little stinking friends for one day, and then be sad because you won't wonder what we're doing. But I allowed him to feel his feelings because I remember the age when it didn't matter what my family was doing. Yep. Anything with my friends was more fun. But I allowed him to be sad.
You did.
And I was like, hey, man, do you want a hug? And he was like, yes. And he didn't cry.
But his eyes were welling.
His eyes were welling. He took that hug. Yeah. And I just held him for a minute. And I said, it's perfectly understandable to be upset that you can't be with your friends.
Absolutely.
I know what it's like. They're all hanging out. He's, checking his phone. They're texting.
They're having the time of their life.
Having the time of their life. And you're not there. And, you miss out on stuff because you're out of town. That happens sometimes. You're allowed to be there. Had that been Kevin, the child, my mom would have went
that's
smooth
unacceptable.
Off.
So clean off about how much money they spent,
Oh.
about how your friends wish they were here instead of there, how ungrateful you are that you would rather be there instead of here.
And how hard I worked to get you here. Do you want to see how much? I mean, my mom would
pulling out
still
all
be
type
going,
of receipts. Pull up the hotel receipt right now so you can see it.
My mom would be going off to this day, and all that does is tell that kid, well, this is how I'm feeling, regardless of if it's right or wrong to the parent.
Yeah,
that is the emotion you are really feeling. Yes. And when you're not allowed to express that, you're like, okay, well now, the next time I ask me, you'll be like, nothing's wrong.
You learn to repress it.
You learn to repress that. And when you're a man, I was telling you this when you were so mad I was not being vulnerable. You're not being vulnerable. You're not able to talk to you. You're not vulnerable. Like, girl, I've been 35 years not being vulnerable with myself.
Right.
Somebody's always told me not to cry, not to care, not to be scared, not to do this. You're a man. You're a man.
Not to lean into those feelings.
Not to lean into those feelings, not to feel those feelings. And now you're like, be honest with me, speak though. I can't.
Right.
I have been literally trained not to feel anything. I'm a doggone soldier of emotion. Like I'm been trained not to feel anything. And lest we forget, some women, luckily you're not one of these, but some women use your feelings against you
later.
And you be honest, and this is why you crying. This is why your dad wasn't there. Okay, you'll never get no honesty out of me ever. So what happens is, it's hard to express those feelings because I haven't spent a lot of time understanding my feelings. Right. I just repress them. Not still to this day. There's some emotions I feel just like nope. Yeah. Stuck with my real dad. I just repressed that. So I couldn't, even if I wanted, this is one thing that I think later on you finally got. Even if I wanted to express my feelings openly and honest with you, I can't because I'm not honest with myself. Right. So how could I be honest with you? I don't feel these feelings.
It is a learned skill for men or for you, and it's a learned skill period. I think for people. Yeah. In general, you don't want to. It's scary sometimes to be like that honest and raw and real with yourself.
When I had to admit to you, as a husband, provider, and man, to say this scares me.
Right.
this thing that we're doing, I'm scared of it. It was so hard.
Yeah.
You're like, this is what I want you to say. Like, girl, if I said that out loud, then that makes it true.
Right.
So I just spend my whole time being like, nope, I'm not scared of nothing.
Right.
And I be scared.
Right.
You know what I mean? So one thing that I'm really working on with the boys is undoing that idea if that's what makes you a man, not feeling feelings, because that stuff is so hard to
And
undo.
it just makes it hard for their wives.
Yeah, I'm just like, bro, if you need to cry. The funny thing is, when you were a little kid, you fall and hurt yourself. Your body's natural reaction is to cry.
Yes.
I don't know what the chemical reason is.
Yeah.
But we are fighting against our own natural inclination to like yesterday we were on the helicopter. Zay was freaking out, like, and rightfully so.
Yeah.
We were all a little scared. And I remember it was a great fatherly moment. I just put my hand on his leg.
Yeah.
And he calmed down. I put my hand on his leg. He's just like. And I was just like, man, that was cool, fatherhood thing. I didn't have no reason to say it, but I just did. It was just cool to be like, actually, I remember why I said it. He was scared. I was like, Dad, he's like, I'm scared. And he's like, you're not scared. I'm like, I am.
Yeah.
I don't know what about this makes you think just because I'm big. I ain't been in no helicopter either.
Right.
So just being honest with him and letting him know that I'm scared about stuff, it's a lot easier to feel those feelings if, I'm
Absolutely.
there too.
You know what else is great about being emotionally honest?
What?
Being emotionally honest about your bed.
Liz, that was good. I'm gonna give it to you.
Oh my gosh.
I suck at these transitions. But what I wanted to let you guys know is that purple is popping.
Yes. We're getting the whole squad in.
We got the
Josh
whole squad
is
in. Josh is in.
Doe
Doughboy's
is in. We got purple seat covers at the office. Shout out to
we
Purple.
did. We did get the seat cover.
They sent us to
all,
them.
all the things came in like right before we left on vacation, but our bed is officially in our bedroom.
Oh, I forgot about
Yes.
that. It came on when we were leaving.
It came the day
Sarah-
or the day after we left.
No, the day we left. We
the day
were at the airport and they pushed the time
Oh,
up.
you're right. Yes, because Joshua was with
And
us.
we
That's
got our purple mattress. I can't wait to sleep in
Yes.
it when I get home on Saturday night.
So we will give you guys a first-hand review. I am so excited.
I got to see what the seat cushion was made out of.
Oh yeah.
And the seat cushion was
comfortable?
so I was like, oh, we're about to be sleeping on something that is this comfortable.
Imagine the seat cushion on top of like 3 different 3-inch layers of like memory foam.
Oh.
We're excited.
I'm so happy. I cannot wait to lay down in there.
In case you're new here, we are fans of purple. Yes, we are all fans.
Firm and soft is the key to purple.
and cool.
Firm,
And stays
my
cool.
God.
Oh,
So
When I tell you, being married to Melissa is to sleep sweaty.
Oh.
That can never be.
I'm cold. We're in Hawaii right now, and I have a blanket on. Why? Because I'm cold.
And it's perfect weather. Oh, I cannot wait
So
to sleep
we are
in this mattress.
super excited. We want to tell you the points about Purple Mattress in case you're new here. And if you are, you should go back and listen to our old episodes. So the Purple Mattress will probably feel different than anything you've ever experienced before because it's used with brand new material that was developed by an actual rocket scientist.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to you for using your skills for the greater good. We all can't go to the moon in a rocket. We can lay down on a great mattress.
And we thank you for it. It's not like the memory foam I'm used to, Joshua's used to, Doughboy's used to. We are soon to, and our bed is a memory foam. Our current mattress. And I'm excited to use it because
Our old mattress.
Because I have neck issues. I go to the chiropractor, my back be hurting, my arm gets real achy, and I get it almost feels like it's tingly or like vibrating in my arm. It's kind of age. So I'm hoping Purple is going to help me with this. The Purple mattress feels very unique because it's both firm and soft at the same time, so it keeps everything supported while still feeling very comfortable. Plus, it's breathable, so it sleeps cool. Joshua has attested to all of these claims.
Doughboy's life changed because he went from a trash mattress to a purple mattress.
Yeah, he been needed a new mattress, so this
And
was
Josh
good timing.
too. Josh was sleeping on a Domino's pizza box top.
Has a little table.
Yes.
Josh, when he first got it, the funniest thing happened. We were texting Josh one night, and I was like, "Josh, what happened?" We were texting. He was like, "I went home. He said, I just sat on my bed. It was sick. I didn't even lay down. I woke up. It was the next day.
16 hours.
He's,
Not.
that mattress is like, come on, lay down. Come here.
I
Come
was
here.
joking. I said I almost returned it. Productivity plummeted.
Josh, the episodes have been delayed. Like, what's wrong, Josh? I've been sleeping for 14 hours. I can't get out. I can't get out of the bed.
That's hilarious. So what do you get if you decide to get this mattress? You get a 100-night risk-free trial. If you're not fully satisfied, you can return your mattress for a full refund. That's a pretty great guarantee. Backed by a 10-year warranty plus free shipping and returns. You're going to love purple, and right now our listeners will get a free purple pillow with the purchase of a mattress. That's in addition to great free gifts they're offering site-wide. Child, fumble. Just text Love Hour to 84888. The only way to get this free pillow is to text Love Hour to 84888. That's Love Hour, LOVEHOUR to 84888. Message and data rates apply. Okay. I'm excited for real to try that bed. Okay, so the last thing why arguments often escalate is because of unspoken expectations.
Lowered expectations.
I've been on Kevin about this here lately because a lot of times in Kevin will give, ask for things and have a deadline in mind, but not communicate that deadline to you. And then when that deadline lapses, he gets anxious and upset because you didn't meet the deadline you knew nothing about. So I often then he's like, should I check in? I feel like I should check in. And I'm like, what you should have done is said, hey, can you do this by this date?
I'm out this podcast.
And he does it. Or I say the other thing, because Kevin is a microman. I don't care what he says. Kevin wants to micromanage you. And so the other thing that I said, but he also feels bad about micromanaging. It's like this really weird situation that exists with him. So I said, you should just explain to people, I get anxious and I'm impatient. So what I will do is give you a deadline, but please don't be offended if I check in 3 days. Or and I said this too, we have a staff meeting. During staff, I'm going to check in on these things because it is not a reflection of you and your work. It is actually a reflection of me because I am impatient. And that gives people okay, he's not micromanaging. He actually just can't wait. I'll just have an update for him. But he ain't done that either.
Well, no, I didn't do that. I started doing that immediately.
You a lie and the truth ain't in you.
You a pig because a hog know better.
But I think that is, and what happens is when he does it to me, I get frustrated and literally I'll just say, do you want to do it? Don't ask me to do something and then follow up with me at 11 times. Don't wait for me to fail, but also I don't need you to always
But then what happens when you forget sometimes, and you do? And
that's what I'm saying. You wait for the forgetting instead of saying, ooh girl, don't forget this. Oh,
but if I check in and say don't forget it, then
because
I'm
you don't do it like that.
How can I do it?
Tone, Kevin Fredericks.
How can I have tone?
Fix your phone. Fix your phone, fix your tone.
You literally just said, you checking your micromanaging. So don't check in there when I fail. You didn't.
No, because it's tone. You can come across as so condescending and you don't recognize it.
How can I have tone in a text message?
How do you have? It's my interpretation of your tone. Because your natural tone is
You're creating your own narrative. Like Eliza.
I might admit some of that.
Huh?
I said I would admit some of that.
Yeah.
Some of that. But in person, you do that. And I think in general, we do that.
Oh, now it's everybody.
I always like to zoom out.
Yeah, zoom out of my life and talk about someone else. Talk in general.
No, you always want to get specific until it's about you. Do you agree that you do that? What are you doing?
I plead the fifth. I can neither confirm nor deny those allegations. Yes, I do. I micromanage, okay? Josh, what do you think? You get micromanaged by me?
This is not the Love Hour featuring.
You're one of the people that I manage. Do I micromanage you or do I let you live?
I'm talking for Joshua. He's trying to get a paycheck.
Now you try to emotionally, brutally honest him.
No, I'm not. I'm trying to protect him so he gets a check.
He gonna get a check anyway. Until I decide he ain't. I'm gonna give you an example. Here's a thing. This is when Josh, this concerns you, but it has nothing to do with you.
Excuse me?
So Josh,
Right, make it make sense. Go
Josh
for the
was
example.
late on a podcast delivery, right?
Yes.
Aska, right? So I was like, see, Melissa, see? And you were like, here's where she was right. That's why I didn't say nothing, Josh. She was like, if you would like Joshua to give you 5 episodes at the beginning of the month, then you should just ask him to do that. Because if you don't, then he's not expecting to do that. He's just going to deliver once a time. And there's the thing that she said that really stung. She said, you expect people to be perfect and you yourself make mistakes. And you don't allow people the same grace that you often need. And I had to shut up about that. And that's why I didn't make no big deal when you made the...
You know what's interesting, though?
If it's going to be positive about me, keep saying it.
No,
If it's negative...
No, this is a general scope of our previous employer, though.
Oh, yeah.
That's a pattern that was just, like, instilled.
Oh,
Wait,
yeah.
What do you mean? I don't... help me at previous
one
employer.
of the leaders at ADD...
Okay. We were going with previous employer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, you
Okay,
can put 2 and 2 together. That was his thing. No one was... He never made a mistake ever in the world.
Oh, gotcha.
In the history of the world.
Gotcha.
No one else... Everyone else always messed up. No one else... And people... When you don't admit your fault in marriages or working relationship, people do not respect you. Because they remember when you mess up.
Yes.
And I know you had gotten on me about that one time, and I just was like, I had to swallow my medicine. I remember, you do the travel for the tours, and I don't even think you messed up. This early part of the tour, we had a time. These Marriott people had promised this thing, and then they had merged with another company. It was just like hell on wheels. We were literally walking around New Orleans like, please let us in the hotel. It was
supposed to be easier.
You said
and
we
it was
could come.
The exact
It was much harder.
Of easier.
So you had not made a mistake. But something on the travel, I made a comment about it. And you were like, you didn't even give me the benefit of the doubt, because y'all don't know this, but last year on 2 occasions, I booked a hotel for my family in London for the wrong week and paid for a whole week.
We contacted the people and they were like, no refunds.
They were like, sorry, Charlie.
Expensive.
And it was expensive. And Melissa said to me, when you made that mistake, I didn't even add to your anguish, because I know I couldn't beat you up nearly as much as you were beating yourself up. So I didn't say anything. But when I do something, you can't wait to say, here's where you did X, Y, and Z. And I thought about that, and it was true. I had to take my medicine like Will Smith told Jordan Woods. You have to take your medicine because you didn't say something, I didn't even know you didn't say anything. I was reading this story, this wife and her husband. It's so funny, but men would be so stupid. They had a soap dispenser at their kitchen sink, and they moved to this new house. And he said, man, you know what was crazy about that old house that I like so much? That soap dispenser never ran out of soap. This thing was always full. I don't know how that happened. That thing was crazy. And his wife was like, why would you think that I didn't fill the soap up? What would make you think that the house automatic, like you really thought this was an automatic dispenser?
Wait, that happened one time with the boys. I'm trying to remember exactly the circumstance.
Where I'm the husband?
No, yes. What?
I'm the guy who thought that the house refilled the soap by itself.
Yeah, no, but it wasn't you. It was like Joe, and I'm trying to remember exactly what it was. But it was something along the lines of. I'll just use this as an example because I can't remember exactly what it is, and I don't do this, so it wasn't this. But just as an example, he's like, "Mommy, how come every time I come home, our beds are always made?" And I was like, it wasn't that,
yeah.
but literally I was like,
it's something that you've done every day.
Boy, I'm doing, like,
right.
Who do you think is doing? It was me. That's who's doing it.
Tell Sissy, I wanted you to know it was me.
Yes, it was just funny. But you're right, and I think that was the point that I was trying to make then is that
I got a good example for you.
When things go smoothly, you take for granted the work that was put in to make it go smoothly.
Dwight in The Office, you remember when he quit and went to work at Staples?
Oh, yes.
And they were like, why are the plants dying?
Right.
And he was the one
I remember this
who was
episode.
watering the plants.
Yes.
And because he did all this other stuff that bothered people, people didn't appreciate the good stuff
Yes.
that he did because he cared so much. And that happens in marriages so much.
Yes.
So many things that you do, especially that when you don't say anything, you don't when you're not trying to get credit for it, you're not looking for it.
Well, and I think a lot of times it's not necessarily about you did this, thank you.
Yeah.
I even on my 5 love languages. My gifting of words of affirmation is actually low. It's not the lowest, but it's definitely like after 3. It's like 4 or 5. It's probably 4. So I don't need that type of affirmation. But when things don't go smoothly or things don't go right, or I just simply mess up, I just need the grace to say, all those other times were cool. I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt. And this is the benefit of the doubt. One time you guys were going through New Orleans, and you were like, I know that this is how I read it. This was my interpretation.
And this is a great one because that's not what I said at all.
But
what I mean.
He was
boy,
like,
you used old stuff on me so hard.
I routed the tour through. Okay, this is what happens with Kevin. He wants all the points on Delta, and also only wants to take direct flights.
Non-stop.
That's not possible. You cannot only take
That
Delta
man is
and then
non-stop.
only do non-stops. Why? Because Delta doesn't have non-stops everywhere.
No one has non-stops.
No one has non-stops everywhere. Period. And so, so trying to, and then I'm also thinking about the bottom, like how much we have a ton of people we are paying for their flights, for their hotels, like all of these things, and it all adds up. And Delta is not the cheapest airline. So trying to balance cost, trying to balance direct flights, and trying to balance, what was the last thing? Well, probably just those
Time.
two. Oh, time.
We had to get there enough time to be at the show.
And I generally want to get them there 10 o'clock or so. We're talking about for the tour. I generally try to get them there, let's say before noon, in their destination. So trying to balance those 3 things is not easy. Okay, those are not. Sometimes these 3 are in direct competition with each other. You can get there soon, but it's going to be this much. You can get there soon, but it's not going to be on Delta. You can get there on Delta, but they're in direct competition. It doesn't always work out. So they're going through New Orleans, and I think you guys had a layover.
It was an overnight flight.
It was an overnight flight and through Atlanta. And the way I read the text message was, or a conversation we had was, I know that there's a direct flight through New Orleans or to New Orleans. I don't know why we got it, why we didn't write, why weren't we booked on it? And I was like, okay, so again, these are the 3 factors that I have to consider. Would you like to do this?
And I didn't even say what she just said.
What did you say?
I just said there was first of all, this when I say she's animated, she'll be like, I don't even be doing that. Just rewind this video and see how she just spoke.
I am animated, but I'm not animated in real life.
This is real life! Why would you be animated in the story you're retelling, but not be animated in the story in real life?
The story was about real life.
No, the story was about real life, but I wasn't that way in the story.
How you going to be animated only in retrospect? No, you animated in spect.
This is
and retrospect.
No, this is a reenactment. This is a dramatized reenactment.
Okay, so anyway, what I said was I know there was a nonstop. I knew that. I know I had, in this situation, I knew what I had asked for, which was to fly Delta. So I know that's why we had us fly overnight. But because I had said stuff like that before, she read that as, I know there's a nonstop flight. Why didn't you put me on it? And all I was saying was like, I know the nonstop flight existed from another airline. But because I said Delta only, we did not get it. That's what I was saying. But that's why all them years of not saying it on the other stuff.
That time I said it, I was like, listen.
And I was like.
And Kev be like, I don't care about none of the layovers. I don't care about none of the layovers. Book me on Delta. Then they do a layover. This is the worst thing ever.
The worst,
Oh bro. My gosh, we had to stop for 3 hours.
Okay.
You done?
Yes.
All right, so we have one last sponsor for today. Ain't no transition. I'm just going straight into it.
Okay.
That is Openfit. We have been using Openfit.
Yes.
You have been using Openfit. They have been really great. They are great about taking all of the complexity out of losing weight and getting fit. And the nice thing about them, this is actually what I love about them, what I'm using them for, you can plug in a very specific targeted goal. So whether that is a vacation coming up and you want to lose X amount of pounds, you plug that in, they're going to target you to that. Whether that's your wedding, whether that's
a competition against your friend,
a competition, whether it's a 6-week competition against your friends, if you're in the weight loss challenge with the guys, whatever it is, the nice thing about them is, of course you want lifestyle changes, but also if you just have like, I just want to be fine for this event.
Summer body.
Summer body 2019. We're not in summer yet. So
We got 3 months. Well, 2 months.
What month are we in right
May,
now?
June. You got about 60 days to your summer body. So if you want to go super hard,
8 weeks
right now, yeah.
I
8
think
weeks,
that's good.
you can go hard, and Openfit will help you. Like, say I want to target my core, or I want to target my abs more than usual.
Yep.
Then they have workouts that are
They have
that
really
are tailored
short
for that.
workouts. They have extended workouts. They have recipes. They have workouts with weights, workouts without. They have all types. It's yoga,
Which is a lot harder than you would think.
and yoga can sometimes be embarrassing. Doing it in public because those motions and those moves, and
You be pooping.
doing all that stuff you ain't mean to. So you can all do this in the privacy of your own home, from the comfort of your laptop, your phone, your computer, your desktop, whatever. iPad, all of the convenience of a gym at home. So Openfit has changed the way I work out. Just use my code LOVE, that's LOVE. You can join me on my fitness journey, personalized just for you. Again, use my code LOVE and start using Openfit for your journey to a healthier life. Right now, during the Openfit 30-day challenge, my listeners get a special extended 30-day free trial membership to Openfit, where you can lose up to 15 pounds in 30 days.
Man,
That's actually really good.
that's amazing.
You need to do that. It'll make up for your,
What?
for your vacation.
Oh, yeah, because this week I'm out of here.
When you text LOVE, that's LOVE, to 30 30 30 30. That's 3 30s. Text LOVE to 30 30 30. You will get full access to Openfit, all the workouts and nutrition information. Again, they have nutrition information, recipes. It's legit. It's a one-stop shop. Totally free. Again, just text LOVE, that's LOVE, to 30 30 30. Standard message and data rates apply. All right, so those are the reasons why arguments often escalate. Now we want to talk about interventions. Mm-hmm. Okay, so this is one of my favorite interventions, and I haven't had to use it, but I want to, so maybe I will soon. The first intervention is to send a voice note to your spouse.
I've been seeing this.
Yes, and explaining
to your spouse
them,
or to yourself.
Well, send it to yourself first. Obviously, record it, listen to it, hear your tone. It gives you a chance to make sure you're articulating yourself. It gives you an opportunity to make sure that your point is coming across, and then you can send it to your spouse. It's really good because when you are face to face, all you really want to do is defend.
Yep.
I'm just waiting for the opportunity for you to breathe so I can cut you off. I can defend myself.
I'll be saying my part now.
Yes.
You shut up.
Yes, exactly. And that's what happens. Yeah. And then you're just trying to out yell each other. And a book I read years ago said you're wrong at the top of your voice. You're never right at the top of your voice. And what that basically means, it doesn't matter how right you actually are, the words that you're speaking, how right they actually are. If you're yelling, you're wrong.
Yep.
And your spouse will only hear the yelling and will automatically be defensive, and you will get nowhere. Mm-hmm. So try that technique. I think it's a really great intervention. We should try it.
Absolutely.
Next intervention. Learn to take a break. I think that because the Bible says don't let let your sun set on your anger. Thank you. I was about to say it backwards, so thank you for
anger set on your son.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
Hey son, don't set on my anger. Anger, you land somewhere else, not on the sun.
Hold on a second, that doesn't make sense. That I think as Christians, we believe that, and I'm not saying that you have to go into the next day upset.
I was this person.
Do believe,
you remember?
Yes. But I do believe that we have to be careful that even in our arguments, that we are still honoring the institution that is marriage, that we believe God created.
Yes.
And a lot of times we'll be arguing and thinking we're honoring the Bible because we can't go to sleep upset, but I'm cussing you out. Make that make sense.
Oh, man.
It doesn't.
This is a biblical cuss out.
Right. It's a biblical cuss out because I'm finna cuss you out and not go to bed mad. No.
Right.
It's okay to say, I'm upset. You're upset. Let's take a moment. Mm-hmm. Take a breather. Separate. And also what that allows you to do when you are upset, Nicole talked about this. chemically, when your adrenaline is rushing, you can't really even think straight.
Right.
And so you are just spatting out the mouth, and you are saying things you may not mean.
Yep.
Like, you don't really have an opportunity to like fully digest what you're thinking and communicate that effectively.
Absolutely.
So I think that learning to, hey, I need a break. Let's take a time out. Let's take a minute, pause, and then come back. And
You
regroup.
tried to do this early in our marriage, and I wasn't doing it on the biblical reason that helped my argument, but because my family didn't believe in that. And I remember you saying, listen, Kevin, I don't want to talk about this right now. I need time to think and process my feelings. We will talk about it in the morning.
Because what also happens, which is counterproductive in an argument, is somebody will stonewall.
Oh,
So if you continue to berate me and I don't have an opportunity to process my feelings, figure out what I want to say, I'll just be quiet.
Yep.
And then that's really going to make you upset, and then we're really not going to get anywhere.
Yes.
So it's okay to take a break.
And I think you what was also important, you held to your word.
Yes, and that's important too.
You did it, and now the other part happens is sometimes we go to bed, when we were having our rough part, it was 3-4 nights feeling like it was uneasy. But I felt like sometimes if you're like, you're not getting anywhere positive, you actually can just end up making the situation worse by trying to force a conversation. Because sometimes, even as depending on who the person is, sometimes it's hard to process your feelings and talk about them.
You're right.
So sometimes you just need to, let me just
Download.
feel how I feel.
Yes.
Maybe play some video games, take a walk, take a drive, go for a swim, work out, talk to,
And sometimes it's not even necessarily that I need to process my feelings. Sometimes you just need to release some of the tension.
That also can be.
Maybe I know exactly what I want to say to you, but if I say it right now, it's not going to be a good situation.
I got a good thing. We've been playing Wordscapes because Josh showed us this word game. And essentially it's a word game like any other word game. But you're trying to guess these words. And sometimes I be looking at these letters and I just cannot find this word. It's like one word, I just can't see it. I found that if I just turn the game off, go away from it, come back to the game, that word be like, how did I miss it? It's been right. Count.
Yeah.
I'd be like, ain't no word ends in NT in the English language. No word ends in NT and has a U in it. Open back up. Count ends in NT and has a U in it. And sometimes you just need to
mental break,
and that happens in your relationship because you argue a lot. You start to see the worst of that person. You're like, man, why did I even get married? This person gets on my nerves.
Another counterproductive. When you don't, it's contempt.
Yes.
And contempt is when anger and disgust meet.
Ooh, disgust is such a blech.
Yeah, that's contempt.
Yes. And that can happen if you just are always feeling like that. You stop seeing the good parts of them. You stop remembering the good times, and it's just always anguish.
Yes.
Weeping and gnashing of teeth.
Weeping and gnashing of teeth.
Poor unfortunate soul.
All right, last one is
because
Kev's tired and I'm hungry too. We said learn to explain. Oh, I said this earlier. Express your anger instead of. I'm sorry.
Express your feelings.
Explain your anger.
Oh yeah, explain
instead of expressing it. And that's it. I guess we talked about that one earlier.
Nice.
Anything else? Do you have any other things you want to add?
I'm really happy.
Good.
I'm really happy that we did the Love Hour consistently.
I am too.
It takes a lot to
I wish I would have
shoot on
counted
a vacation.
them. I need to start doing that. Episode numbers.
Oh, yeah. We've done pretty much 4 every month.
Yeah.
So 20, 30, 20. But I know. I think it's great. I'm really excited about the conference. Come soon.
The conference, yes. So this will come out on Thursday, April 18th.
Yeah.
And so if you are not and you are listening to this, I would highly recommend that you join the Love Hour mailing list. Text the word Love Hour to 555-888. Again, that's Love Hour to 555-888. You want to be on the mailing list by Friday. Okay? Major key. Huge hint. Be on the mailing list by Friday. Also, stay tuned for a very special episode that will also drop on Friday. That's April 19th. yeah, stay tuned for that. It'll be a very special episode. It'll be short. It won't be like the bonus episode of the old episodes. It'll just be a very short conference-y type episode. And that's it. Make sure you guys support our sponsors. Remember, supporting our sponsors is supporting us. That is Noom, Purple, Openfit. Get healthy, get fit, and then sleep good.
Amen and amen.
Thank you guys so much for joining us today. We'll see you next week.
Bye, friends.